You are listening to the Horse Radio Network, part of the Equine Network family.
Season's greetings, everyone. Coach Jen here, producer at Horsemanship Radio. While the entire Horse Radio Network family is enjoying a much-deserved holiday break, sit back and enjoy this excerpt from the 2016 HRN Holiday Radiothon, featuring a host of HRN hosts and their guests. The catchy Christmas tune you're going to hear a clip of in a few seconds is by Templeton Thompson, by the way, and you can find all of her music at TempletonThompson.com. And as always, thank you very much to Hands on Gloves for supporting the show. Find Hands on Gloves at your local tack supplier, or you can find them online at HandsOnGloves.com.
Can't you hear those bells? Can't you hear those bells? Can't you hear those bells?
Welcome to Hour 5, the Horsemanship Hour of the Horse Radio Network 12-hour live holiday radiothon by Weatherbeeta, with additional support provided by Equestrian Collections and Monty Roberts University. I am Glenn DeGeek, and filling in for Dr. Wendy and I this hour is the host of the Horses in the Morning Show, Jamie Jennings.
Hello, everybody. I'm back, and I am here with some very, very special guests. I'm so excited to be finally hosting a show with my dear friend, Debbie Laux. Hey, Debbie.
Hey, Jamie. We finally did it, didn't we? We became co-hosts.
It has happened, but you know what? There's somebody else on the line who's going to keep us in line, and that is, of course, your dad, Monty. Hi, Monty.
Hi, Jamie. How you doing?
Fantastic. Thank you so much for being here. Debbie and I are going to try not to get in too much trouble.
Right.
Because you're going to be in charge.
My dad's on the phone. Yeah.
Your dad is on.
We're tri-hosts. I just thought of something new. It's a tri-host. That's it.
I love it.
Okay.
I love
right.
it.
This will be fun.
Well, what is Christmas like in the Roberts household and the Laux household?
Good. The Laux actually just we cheat and join the Roberts household again, don't we, Dad?
Yeah, and it's great because it's the one time that I have reserved for these 27 years since I met the Queen to be home, and she encourages me to do that too. So we've made that kind of a special time. A little bit sacred, if you will, and so I will be here.
Well, you've been traveling an awful lot, and you know what? I think it is a sacred time because I didn't get an invite to the house.
You were officially
you've
invited.
got one now.
Right, that's right. Join the throngs and the hordes.
You don't have to lie to me. It's okay. I get it. So
we'd love to.
We've got a couple amazing prizes for this hour. Two great prizes this hour donated by Monty Roberts University. The first one is a 1-year subscription to actually, Debbie, why don't you tell us what you guys are going to give away?
Yeah, we're going to do that. Exactly right. A 1 year, that's 24/7 access to Monty Roberts Equus Online University. And that's Dad's immersion course in the language of Equus. And that's about $100 value. So that's one prize. And then we have the choice of the dually halter, the thing that you ride Zeus and Thor in, and as a bitless bridle. But it's also, Dad really patented that and invented that to be a trading halter for horses in a gentle way to have choice. So whether it's a mini that you have, although those you can just pick up and, put where you want them, or all the way up to a big draft horse, there's 5 sizes. So somebody's going to win a size of their choice today.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
well,
and
we've
Debbie,
got...
you should say that there's over 400 lessons on that university, and it'll take you a year if you learn them all.
True. That's true, Dad. You're right. It's comprehensive. We've got Will Simpson on there, and we've got Stefan Peters. We've got dressage, jumping. We've Western reining, Richard Winters. We've got everybody on there. Oh yeah, and Monty Roberts too. That's right.
Well, the thing too coming up, I don't know if it's been posted yet, but there's actually me on a pony and Monty telling me what to do.
Right. That's coming up. That is coming up in the next series on that little halflinger you brought. That's right.
I know. I don't know if I can handle it or not. Watching
it's
that.
Cute. It's really
hard enough
cute.
living it.
You did good. You did.
Well, 12 hours of guests, $4,000 in prizes, 20 hosts, and all of our callers you can go to the website at holidayradiothon.com if you're not already there. You can always call in 435-272-1997. And now I would love to find out, Mr. Roberts, your fantasy ride.
I'm prepared. And I will be 2 minutes, and I will sound like an American auctioneer. I was just finishing up the career of Johnny Tivio. And Johnny Tivio was, for me, the greatest horse that ever lived. He could read and write. And he won 4 world championships for me, and mostly in the cutting and rein cow horse, but reining too, straight out reining. And there's a lot of stories that I could tell you, but the fantasy ride happened right at the end of his career, and I was trying to win a high point at a big show, the biggest show in America at the time for the American Quarter Horse Association. And Pat was up in the stand doing the points to see where I stood, and I was in a cutting with about, 30 horses or something in it, and I ended up second, and she came down to tell me that I had locked in the High Point trophy, and I couldn't be beaten. But I had one more class that I was entered in. So it happened to be the Western riding, which a lot of people call Western dressage. And it's flying lead changes and all sorts of things. The horse had never been, Johnny Tivio had never been through the course, nor had I ever competed in the course at all, under any circumstances. That's a fact. And I went out there and I determined that there were over 60 horses already finished. And they told me that the leading horse in the nation had scored a 77. And for those of you that know the Western scoring, that is an enormous score. I had never scored anything higher than a 77 before that. And I rode Johnny Tivio through that, looking down his neck and saying to myself, this is a fantasy ride. This is fantasy. I'm just thinking of what I want him to do, and he does it. And Clyde Kennedy was the judge, and he was with his mouth open, standing there at the end of it, and they announced that Johnny Tivio had a 78. And it was incredible. So when Debbie said, "What was your fantasy ride?" Well, there it is, and that's 2 minutes.
I'm so proud. I'm so proud of you. Yeah, you just make your own fantasy ride when you're Monty Roberts. That's incredible. Yeah. Well, we have Debbie McDonald. Actually, you were able to sit down and chat with her, and we just got a quick 2 minutes of Debbie talking to Debbie about her fantasy ride.
That's right. She's the first lady of American Dressage and the first American Dressage rider to earn the title of FEI World Cup Dressage Champion, riding Brentina. Let's hear her. As a child, Debbie made her debut in the show jumping ring, but moved to the sport of dressage, where she rose to the top as a World Cup finals champion and Olympic medalist through her partnership with the brilliant mare Brentina. Now, the international rider known as the First Lady of American Dressage, Debbie McDonald is the U.S. Equestrian Federation's developing dressage coach, a role designed to identify and cultivate future U.S. dressage stars. Welcome, Debbie McDonald.
Thank you very much. It's great to be back.
Well, we want to know for this radiothon, we've got a lot of listeners listening in, and they want to hear about your fantasy ride, any horse, past or present, and tell us a little bit about that setting.
When I was younger, when I went to the horse shows down at Del Mar, California, they still did a lot of racehorses that took them to the beach. They went under the railroad tracks in those days, and they walked across the street to the ocean, and we would go and watch them swim the horses. And it was something that I always thought, oh my gosh, how fun that would have been.
Yeah.
So when I thought about this, I actually thought that what I would love and a fantasy of mine would be to have Brentina back in good shape and be able to gallop her across the shallow water at the ocean and actually be in the old days, like the old Del Mar, and be able to ride your horse on the ocean and have the water splashing in both of our faces. And I know she would have loved that. So for me, that would be something that would be like fulfill a complete circle of what we had accomplished together.
Okay, can I just two amazing horse people and riders that want to ride their own horses? That it just doesn't get any better than that. Now we are very happy to have on the line Martin Clunes. Debbie, take it away.
Oh, hi, Martin. How are you?
Hi. I'm fine, thank you. I was miles away.
I'm so
In every
glad you're
sense.
here. Oh, I'm glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here then, really. That was a Weather Beta commercial, which is very appropriate for the UK. So let me tell a little bit of our American audience who you are, if they don't already know. But you're the UK's most consistently popular television actor, hands down.
Right.
Yes, you are. And starring in the long-running Doc Martin, about a socially challenged doctor. It's not you. In Cornwall, England. Martin and Monty appeared together on Martin's Horsepower, an investigation into man's relationship with horses. So here you go, Monty and Martin.
Hi,
Martin,
Monty.
how
there?
are you? I'm here, Martin. Can you hear me?
I can perfectly. Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. How's the family?
We're all grand, thank you. We're all here.
Thank you for the afternoon. Thank you for the afternoon and birthday party and everything. I hope you got your rope. She has it over there. That's for sure.
Yes, she does. Yeah, I'm not sure whether to arm her with it just yet, but yeah.
Okay.
We got it, but
Well,
thank you so much.
I have to tell the listening audience that wherever I go in the world, my team, anytime there's a controversy of any sort, they say to me, "Now, Monty, settle down. Just think, what would Martin Clunes do?" And you're speaking with the nicest man in the world. This guy is just such a hero for me, and I enjoy every minute that I have with him.
Well, Monty, shucks.
Now, tell me how Ronnie and Bruce are.
They're grand, thank you. They're really well. They're kind of, we haven't had massive rain. We had a couple of days, but we're all right. I'm not in feather panic mode. Usually when it's really muddy, I wash their legs 2 or 3 times a week because the feathers get brittle bits of mud and then they snap off and then we're all embarrassed.
Now, for those who don't know, let me jump in there because my in-laws are named Bruce and Ronnie. We're not talking about them.
No?
We're talking about
No.
Martin's Clydesdales, right?
Yeah.
2 Clydesdales that I had the pleasure to work with when they were babies and then came all the way through with them. And I had the distinct pleasure to watch, I think, Ronnie a few weeks ago.
Oh, no, Bruce, that's Bruce.
Bruce in full dressage in their menage there on their property. And it was a sight to see. I couldn't believe how professional this horse looked out there as a Clydesdale doing maneuvers in the dressage world. It was just great.
Yeah, we're so proud of him. He's a real trier. I think it's that breed thing. It's what Clydes do, isn't it? They put their head down and get on with whatever challenge you throw at them.
That's true, and they get along with people. It's a good thing that they're so nice because they're so big. They would not be nice to be around if they were. No,
you wouldn't want to make enemies of them. No,
no, not at all. But I think they have some questions for you because I just gave them my fantasy ride. I was thrown this morning, and I believe I did the right thing, but they're going to ask you the same question. Maybe Debbie's got that one.
Well, that's right. That's exactly it. We wanted to hear your fantasy ride too, Martin. We just heard Dad's, and it can be any horse, past or present, in any setting. Tell us what it looked like.
Well, okay. Am I allowed 2 horses? Because that's the fantasy element, is riding both of them.
Well, they're pretty tall. We'll give you 2 horses. Yeah.
Thank you. Because it's the nice thing about driving them is you get to, relate to 2 of them at a time. And I just wish there was a way of just hanging some sort of hammock between the 2 of them.
Oh.
I just almost spit out my coffee.
It was so cute.
It's good. It can't, I suppose somebody must have tried all this, mustn't they, at some point in history?
I've never heard of that.
I'm sure.
There'll be drawings somewhere.
Yeah, in a cave.
Yes. I suppose, yes. I
With
bet
little
somebody's
feathers.
done it, you know.
Yeah,
Monty,
that's a lot.
haven't you done it in your stuntman days?
I have actually gone on to a team and gone down in the middle like you see, and then pulled it up so that the girl wouldn't die. And then some actor stepped in and got the girl. But I did it as a teenager a few times. It was not a hammock, I assure you, and it was pretty scary. But Martin and I have had some good times, and in the early days of his driving Ronnie and Bruce at my demonstrations, there was some poor lady in a wheelchair that got a real startle when he went whizzing by her at about 2 inches from her wheelchair. And
we left her in it, right? We left her in it.
We did, and it turns out that she was injured in a hunting accident, and was a very good rider in her day, and she was laughing about the whole thing.
Yes, she was. She was tickled. Yeah.
Yeah, she was great, and we've had some really good times. And I don't want it to be the end. I just want the listeners to know that I did the only remote control loading that I've ever done with Martin.
Oh yeah.
And I had a horse that was, I think, 2 years or something, he wouldn't load on a trailer. And I just stepped back and told Martin what I would suggest he did. And he loaded the horse in about 3.5 or 4 minutes. And the owners were aghast. They were just absolutely standing there with their mouths open. And the audience loved it because they always think, oh, that's Monty Roberts and he can do it, but nobody else can. And there was Martin Clunes loading this atrocious horse in no time at all. It was so much fun. I really
it was fun, yes. I can't claim any credit for it. I'm just following instructions, that's how my life goes, Monty. You've met my wife.
Well, that's me too. That's another world for me.
Martin, I have to ask you, Martin, have Ronnie and Bruce, since they were started right there in the round pen iconically on Dad's tour, have they ever appeared on Doc Martin?
No, they haven't. I don't think we've ever had a single horse.
No?
Which, yes, we might need to address that.
I think so.
Yeah.
They need SAG cards first. That's true, David.
Yeah, we have to speak with Martin's wife, Philippa, on that, because she sort of runs the show, doesn't she?
She's the boss, yeah.
Oh, that's right. You work together on that. Well, can you?
Yes,
they can sneak in.
She's the producer. Yeah,
that's true. You have to
and
sneak
Debbie,
them in the past.
You know that Philippa told me you can get ready to see Doc Martin do an Epley maneuver, which we went over while I was there, about how it's helped me with my balance and vertigo.
That's right.
And so Doc Martin is supposed to do an Epley maneuver on somebody in upcoming episodes.
Okay, stay tuned for the Epley maneuver for Doc Martin.
We're magpies for bits of procedure, medical procedure. Anything we can do is shoehorn it into our program.
Well, in all fairness, Martin, haven't you had people claim that you helped them with their medical needs?
And people have
your show?
Just gone and checked. Yes, there's a couple of people just went back to their GP and said, "Just can you check this lump, please?" Because yes, there was a guy with throat cancer who thankfully was got it properly diagnosed and was treated and recovered. But he said it was down to us. There was an episode.
Isn't that something?
Saving lives.
Isn't that something? And I can assure you, I'm sure he's not a doctor, really. But
I'm not. But I've got a lot of enthusiasm, which will make up for now.
That's it. Yeah.
You really get to say that. I get to play one on TV, like the iconic commercial over here. Yeah. And does Philippa ride the horses too? Does she ride the big Clyde?
Oh yes. Yeah. She rides dressage is her thing, and she's been having that problem of trying to find the right horse for a long time, but he turned up 3 or 4 months ago. His name's Aldo. He's Irish sport, thoroughbred cross, and he's about, how old now though? 9? He's 9. And he's really nice. He's really nice, and they're getting on so well. So all the misery of the wrong horse keep coming around.
Yeah.
And the two of you would be so interested to hear that Philippa has been on our courses in England, and really takes her horsemanship seriously right from the ground up. With she loves it. Yeah, she really does. Yeah, she's a great one for studying it, and she goes off on dressage weekends and things. And this is what she's been missing, but she's back in the swing of it now.
Yeah, fun.
That's great.
Are we going to see more horsepower in the future?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I would love it. I'd go on doing it forever, but you kind of have to sneak these things past them because they say no, that's been done now. There's a talk of doing something with the jockey, the jockey club, the regulating board of the horse racing in England. Maybe getting a sort of, because that's quite, that all seems to go on behind closed doors, and I think they're quite ready to.
The two of you should know that Doc Martin and Martin Clunes on the side has been all over the world doing things for animals, including whales and fishes of the sea and the ecology completely, but all around the islands of England, speaking to the issues of the animals. It's just been fantastic what he's done, and I so
we
appreciate
just did the islands of Australia this year, which was quite a blast. Yeah.
This is sort of your travel log. You get to do these wonderful trips because you have to go film them, right?
I know. Poor me.
I know. I want that job. I have to be funny though, and you're too funny, so I can't get that job. People enjoy. I know from the U.S. I wish we had more access to you, but people are starting to get to know you over here, and they will love you like one of our most endeared actors, I'm sure, because that's the way it is in England. And we're very excited to see more of you over here. And it's so good to hear someone who's a genuine horse person, who really has them in his yard and takes good care of them, loves them, and it comes through on the TV in horsepower, certainly, Martin. So I appreciate that.
Oh. Yeah, no, we love our horses.
Yeah, I know you do. And people will love them too. Google Ronnie and Bruce and Martin Clunes, and you'll see the cutest relationship going on with these guys. I don't know. Now, do Ronnie and Bruce, do they get jealous of each other or anything, do you think?
No, they don't, actually. No, they're very different personalities. Bruce is a real worker, and he's as honest as the day's long. Ronnie's quite cheeky. So if he sees Bruce being taken off to do something, he's like, well, good, you go do it, I don't care. It's quite bolshy.
You two girls would really understand when I say that John Forsyth is gone and reincarnated is Martin Clunes.
That's nice.
He's the John Forsyth for me of the world, and I just so admired that man and what he did in all of his work and how he loved his horses.
Did too, Dad. You're absolutely right. Well, that's wonderful. I thank you for calling us girls, first of all. Thank you.
Love it.
You love it, Jamie. Thank you. And thank you to gentlemen for joining us today on Horsemanship Radio.
It's my birthday today. I'm 55 today.
And I was going to say, can we say happy birthday?
Thank you very much. I'm not going to do 55 press-ups though, Monty.
Oh
no, but I just realized that you could be my son. It's amazing.
Hey, my bro, Martin Clunes. Hi.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just one of the girls, so you guys go ahead.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Next
happy
generation.
birthday. Have a great
Thank you very much. It's great to speak to you all.
And thank you.
Good, Martin. Thank you.
All right.
Thanks.
Take care, Monty.
Well, welcome, Boyd Martin. You're an all-in fearless rider. I'm so happy to have you on today.
Fantastic. Thank you for having me on, Debbie.
We want to know what is your fantasy ride?
To be honest, I was thinking about this for a while, and I tell you which horse I'd love to event is California Chrome. I think we would have no trouble galloping between the fences. And, when I look at California Chrome on TV, I've never seen him in person, but he's just a fantastic specimen of a horse. And, he just has that great... And like I said, I'm very, very confident that he'd be fast enough for the cross country. Yeah, I'm not sure it's going to happen because I know he's a stay-in, so I think he's worth multi millions of dollars as a racehorse sire. So the chances of California Chrome ending up as an event horse is very, very slim.
We've actually got our next guests on the line, and I'm speechless to have both of these people on the show. And so, Debbie, why don't you introduce them? Because I'll get tongue-tied.
I'm so excited. Well, now we have two more Brooke ambassadors on the line, Allie Brock and Nick Roldan. Hi, Allie.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us. Yeah, and there's Monty. And then is Nick on the line now?
Hi, Monty. Yeah, hi guys. How are you?
Nick, good to speak
Monty,
with you again.
Oh
Great
my gosh,
to speak with
you
you
guys.
again as well.
So Allie is a Olympic bronze medalist, for those who don't know, who've been under a rock somewhere, and the International Grand Prix dressage rider extraordinaire. And Nick made history at age 15 when he became the youngest player ever to win the United States Open Polo Championship. And today he's captain of the U.S. polo team and America's top ranked player. So there's our little bit of royalty we have joining us. Jamie, isn't that fun?
That's yes, it's very exciting. I'm actually on Allie's website right now, looking at all these beautiful pictures of these stunning dressage horses. Oh my gosh, I'm swooning.
Yeah, beautiful. You guys are
you.
amazing. All of your horses are amazing. I mean, Nick has got a whole string of them, so there you go. There's lucky to have 15.
Too many.
Too
many mouths to feed. But
you're listening. We have a bunch of listeners that are girls, and we can never have too many. That's right.
You notice I said I wasn't looking at pictures of Nick. I was looking at pictures of Allie.
Oh, good note.
I know. I feel left out.
Well, I wanted to have all the global ambassadors that we could get on here, or Brooke USA ambassadors on here that we could stack in, and we've got just a short amount of time. So I know that Dad has been saying, "Well, what's Nick's fantasy?" He's been asking me what you guys is your fantasy ride. So please share. We'll start with you, Nick, because you were slided.
My fantasy ride. I think I have two fantasy rides. One, there's a famous horse in polo that is owned by Adolfo Cambiaso, who's probably he is the best polo player to ever play, and he has a horse named Cuartetera, which is won numerous awards, both in the United States and in Argentina, and it's an incredible horse, like no horse that's ever played polo, and I think if I could ever get the chance to play that horse on Field 1 at Palermo, that would be a huge, huge dream and a fantasy. And I think the other one would be, running down the beach on like Secretariat or Barbaro. I think that would be kind of exciting to be going down the beach flat out. So, yeah.
I love Nick with that reach of his, man. Go for the best. And
right.
What I hear from Adolfo is that this mare is just incredible. Reads it right.
She's a freak. She's I don't think he's ever had a horse like that. And now that they've pulled embryos and they actually have clones of her now, which is incredible.
Yeah.
That he's playing in the Argentine Open, which is I don't know. It's kind of weird to see, but at the same time, pretty amazing. That to be playing, and he's playing her as well as the clones, which is it's never been done before. But she's a spectacular mare, and the sort of mares I'm sure, Allie, in your industry and in your sport, you sort of dream of having. Those are the horses that win events and win games and stuff like that. So.
But Nick, isn't it absolutely wonderful that polo is finally talking about the horses so much instead of just the goals and so forth? And you're you're a big part of that, and Memo and Carlos, who's passed away, and also Adolfo have really brought that to life. And gosh, the whole world of horsemanship looks up at you for that. And
well, I mean, yeah, I mean, horses. Without the horses, we wouldn't be who we are, and that's one of the reasons for being involved, for me getting involved with the Brook as well is we can sort of relate. So
you're the man. You rock, Nick.
Thank you, Monty. That means a lot coming from you.
Allie, what about that ride then?
Well, you're all probably going to laugh at me. I'm not maybe as ambitious in the same sense as Nick, but I grew up. Probably in one of my favorite movies of all time is The Black Stallion.
Yeah.
Oh,
and I've never ever gotten over that super iconic scene where he asks the horse to come out with him into the ocean, and then he gets on him and he falls off, and he gets on him and he falls off, and he finally gets on him and sticks on him, and they go tearing down through the water, then down the beach, and he lets go. And that for me, honestly, I do what I do because I love horses. It's in the dressage, it's so much about the relationship, a long-term relationship usually that you have with a specific animal, and that for me that scene has never left me, and that would be my ultimate
Yeah.
That would do it.
Sounds pretty cool.
That's so good to hear, Ali. And just the other day, I met Charlotte for the first time. And,
cool.
And I didn't know but what she would say, "Oh, Molly Roberts, yeah, hi," and walk away. I didn't know who I was going to meet, And I met the most wonderful young lady who actually has helped in so many ways to bring harmony between horse and rider for dressage. And we all know that dressage has come from the world of traditional horsemanship, like everything else. But it has moved in recent years. My hero in dressage was Rembrandt, and yet Rembrandt did not lead a very good life, and he was demanded from pretty harshly. And since Rembrandt, it has changed like day and night. I think you'll agree. And when Charlotte won London, and they said it was because of harmony between horse and rider, I just went, yes, we've made it. And so I'm certainly a fan.
Yeah, so I think all of us are, and I was actually up in Central Park when she came over and brought Valegro there recently, and of course got to see her at the Olympics, and I was actually at London too watching, and it's really, really important that combinations like her and Valegro are what they put first, because in the end of the day, it does come down to the judging, and it's the judges are responsible in a way of rewarding the correct thing, and for her to be so successful. It's such an important turning point for the sport.
Yeah, so, don't we have to give Carl a lot of credit for bringing that little girl from Essex and helping her understand these things,
Yeah, that's Carl Hester. Absolutely. Hester, for those you listening. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic.
Well, I'm listening to three people who love their horses, and there's no doubt why you're Brook ambassadors, Brook USA or Brook Global. Charlotte Dujardin happens to be a Brook Global ambassador as well. So there we are. You guys love your horses. You love working for the cause of better horses. For those who don't know, Brook Animal Welfare Charity is a UK based, but now has a branch in the US. And these guys, Nick, Allie, Monty, Boyd, Debbie, Charlotte, all love their horses enough to leave them and go overseas and put their time in. And I know you guys are that's on your list to do, I think. Is that right, Nick? Or have you done that yet?
Yeah, I was, I was in Guatemala this year.
Yeah,
I was there in September. So I had my first experience, and it was pretty, it was an eye opener, just to be able to see, the sort of suffering that a lot of those donkeys and mules and horses go through. But the beauty of the brook as well is that you're not only helping the animals, but you're helping the families. Because if the animals are in good shape and if the animals are taken care of properly and shod correctly and are well nutrition, then the families are in better health and better safety and in better, they live a better life. So, it works both ways.
And did you meet Katie Cunningham there? Do you remember that name?
I meet? No, Katie? I didn't meet Katie. I don't think so.
I think we tried to get them together. Yeah.
Okay, she's working hard to reduce domestic violence through the use of horses in Guatemala, and we're certainly proud of her. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
It's fantastic, and I think we have something maybe coming up in June, don't we?
Yes, we do. We hosted the Brook USA's first event here in the United States in last March, which was a huge success. And we're working at our second event now. It's going to be the same date this year for 2017, and then we're also adding an event that we're going to do in June 20th, I think, in London, actually in Cowdrey, at Cowdrey Estate, which is about 35-40 minutes outside of London, in a beautiful estate. And obviously we hope, Monty, that you'll be able to attend, and anybody else, any of the other Brook ambassadors. Obviously, we'd love everyone there. So, but I think it's going to be a huge success too.
Well, the hint has been dropped in my ear, and I go where I'm told. So, and I love it. I look forward to that sort of thing.
Well, that would be a huge honor. So.
Yeah, maybe we can get some certain lady to show up there if possible.
Ooh,
yes.
That would be fun.
Yes.
That certain lady. And Allie, you're invited. So get Allie in here. You haven't been on your trip yet, Allie, is that right? To Egypt or India?
No, there was some there was some discussion about me going to Ethiopia this next year.
Ethiopia.
And,
wow.
So that's really this year was pretty tough. For me to leave,
and that's a good thing because
what I was doing.
You've been doing great.
Yeah, it was a good thing. But I for sure will go to the foreign states, and I think it's really important. And I think the Brook is one of the best, most symbiotic charities out there, where, like Nick said, it's an equal opportunity in a way. You're helping the working animals, which in turn help the families. And so to me, it's such a win-win, and it's so important for us professional equestrians to support organizations such as this.
You guys are great. You guys are great. I so appreciate having you on today, and I so appreciate you taking out busy time that you guys are in the prime of your performance life, and I'm including Dad on that. And true, you're only better.
Of course.
So I do appreciate you doing that, and we'll get you all together on some fun place on earth, huh?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Right. That's right. And Allie, I'm going to get you and Jamie together. She's adopting a child from Ethiopia. So
wow.
Yes, that's right, Jamie. Yeah.
We'll take the trip together. Let's go together and pick one out.
I'm thinking
right.
You get a child course maybe or something. Yes. All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us on the Radiothon today.
Well, this is Monty, and I'm proud to be on with all of you.
Oh,
same. Thank you guys.
Honor.
All the best.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, what a thrill that was, and just the Brook and what they do. If you want to check it out, definitely go to their website, and you'll see some just incredible, heart-wrenching but inspiring pictures from the things that they do, helping working equines all over the world. And like I said, they help the families as well as the animals, like Nick said. So very, very cool. Well. I think Monty's gone, but he was gonna pick the winner, but I think he just peaced out.
Did he?
Yeah, we lost Monty. He disappeared into the thing.
He was looking for bye, and
I don't know what happened. Bye, Monty. He got hungry, huh?
Maybe, yeah.
I'm done with these people. I don't want to hear another voicemail. I'm going to ride.
They were some great interviews. It was radio gold hearing Monty earlier in the show with Martin. That was.
Oh my gosh.
So
I'm
cool.
sorry. I just sat back and I know I'm supposed to like kind of just sit back and be quiet. I was laughing so hard. And just you have to pay attention to the things he was saying. I'm
And
like,
Monty-
oh my god.
Oh, and then Martin has that voice that I can't do the British accent, but he has that voice.
Yeah,
that
I'd like to hear that,
It's very soothing. Doesn't he do a cartoon character too?
See, and I just found out about that. And if I would have known he was Kipper, I would have given him a big hug. We love watching the little Kipper. He's a little cartoon dog, and he's adorable with this little British accent. I didn't know that was him. It's probably good I didn't.
Yeah.
I'd have harassed him. But like, do Kipper again.
Can you just do one line of him, please, for me?
Tell me about jumping in
For my
muddy
son.
puddles.
I have to give a plug at the end of this hour to my good friend Debbie, who we met a long time ago at a fundraiser, actually, and in Wellington.
Yes.
And it was a lot of fun to meet you guys. Where I met Monty for the first time too.
Oh, is that right? Both of us.
Yep,
Yeah.
both of you for the first time there. And then I saw you again at the World Equestrian Games, I think. Yeah, I think we ran into each other over there.
Absolutely. You were behind a microphone then.
Yeah, you were waving and walking by. And then I thought, you know what? We got to get her on as a host. Now, it took me 5-6 years of talking and convincing because she's kind of always been the background person. And I always said, Debbie, you have to be out in front of the microphone. You're really good at this. And she kept saying, no, don't make me do it.
I think I gave you names of other people.
You did.
You did.
And then I think I lied and said I called them, but I didn't because I kept thinking that you would be the one to do that show, Horsemanship Radio. And I was right, wasn't I? Because people love your show.
Well, thank you. And I love your shows, you guys. But no, it's been a lot of fun. But you know, I'm sort of one of those you got to get all your ducks in a row before, and it just took me 5 or 6 years to get ducks in a row. But now I'm having fun. I really am. I'm just glad to put all these guys together. I feel like I just get to listen to good conversations.
We have 27 hosts, and we always say that you're the classy one. Actually, bring some class to the party because out of 27, you should have one.
That's why I loved it that Monty kept calling it "you girls."
You girls.
I know. I'm the girl. She's like a lady.
Monty can get away with that because he's at the age where you can say, if I said that, I would be up. HR department would be knocking on my door.
Good thing we don't have an HR department.
I know.
Yeah. Now, we didn't before we move on to giving away the prizes, we did not find out who Debbie's fantasy ride was.
We missed that. Who was it?
That's great. Well, my fantasy ride. Okay, so I did prepare a little bit for this, but I really wanted to hear Dad's fantasy ride. But mine is really easy because I've been begging him for years. I want Dad to recreate his trip to the desert on BLM Mustang, out to the Mustangs, to the preserves, and I want to go on a good willing partner's horse, a good solid gelding. Mom and Dad raise up these wonderful horses, and you guys have ridden them. I know Glenn has anyway. And if they're good enough for Glenn, right, they're good enough for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and
That's
I
right,
want him.
Darn
to
it! I've ridden everything.
You have, yeah. You've been our willing partners horse, and I want him to go out there with me on one of his horses and just recreate those scenes of these herds and tell it, interpret for us and tell us what the dynamics are, because I want to videotape all of this and share that with people, because in the book, it's one of the more profound things that people talk about in his Man Who Listens to Horses, the original book, his autobiography that he wrote. And I want to see that. That's my fantasy. I want to see that.
So amazing. Oh my gosh. Just watching him ride around the Mustang herds, like just to watch my two Mustangs talk, I try to decipher through all the things I've learned at Monty Roberts University, like what they're saying to each other, and to be able to watch him watch a herd. Oh my gosh. That would be amazing.
Well, thank you, Debbie, for that. Now we have to get on to prizes, though. People are waiting. They want to know who won. And we've had somebody waiting online a long time, one of our listeners named Sandy, and we're going to bring her on. Hopefully, Sandy will help us pick a number. How about that?
Oh, cool. Perfect.
Sandy, are you
here? Sandy. Hi, Sandy.
Sandy?
Hi, how are you doing?
Good. Merry Christmas.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Would you like to help us pick a prize for this hour?
Sure.
All right. Debbie, tell us what the prize is.
Well, there's two great prizes this hour, Glenn. It's donated. First is the Monty Roberts University subscription, and that's a 1-year subscription to Monty's Equus Online University. We call it the Rosetta Stone for Equus, the language of horses. And you have 24-hour, 7 days a week access to over 400 of Monty's video lessons and his friends. And also a 1 patented dually training halter in the size of your choice. And the total value of that package is over $150. Do I sound like Vanna White or something?
Yeah, that's close.
Well done.
Sounds great.
Well done.
Yeah.
All right, let's do the membership first. And what numbers are we going with, Wendy?
All right. Pick a number between 1 and 228.
Sandy?
We'll go with number 1.
Whoa, number
1. Oh, wait a second. I wasn't prepared for that. Number 1 is Abby Bassner.
Abby Bassner wins the Monty Roberts University. Yay!
Way to go, Abby. You'll be talking to me, Abby.
Okay. And now
Abby, we'll see you next year because you're about to sit and watch about 1 million hours of videos online.
Right.
It's super fascinating.
Nothing else to do for a year now.
Yes.
And now we have the dually halter,
It is a
which
wonderful thing.
my pony went out in this morning because he pretty much goes in and out in his dually halter because he's a little excited about food this time of year. So, Sandy, what was the numbers again, Wendy?
1 to 228.
Right.
Well, we'll do 220.
220 is Tabitha Moore.
Tabitha Moore. Congratulations,
I guess
Tabitha. Well done. And thank you for entering. And of course, Sandy, you are entered as well, but we've run out of time for this hour. Thank you for helping and Merry Christmas.
You're welcome. Merry Christmas to you too.
Bye, guys.
Merry Christmas.
All right, guys, it's time for you to cut out too. You're out of here.
All right, Jamie, let's go.
I'm going to go ride with Debbie McDonald and Brentina on the beach. So see you guys later.
There you go. That's a good
Wilmar.
idea.
Cool.
Here we come.
Oh, that was
All
so
right.
awesome.
All right, we have coming
Bye,
up
Debbie.
next the Certified
Bye.
Horsemanship
Happy
Hour
holidays.
with Christy and a bunch more terrific guests and voicemails and everything coming up.